I do not know what happened. What's happening with Liverpool?
Mm-hmm.
Some are called crisis, some are calling. They are finding their chemistry between their strikers.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I don't give. I'm going to quote Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't give a two rat asses. Sorry, pardon for my language.
All right. We are back in our next episode presented to you by Bollock Studios, where football nutmegs and nonsense. Speaking of nutmeg, we all got nutmeg in our FPL.
Yeah,
What
man.
the heck?
Mad, man.
Last week you leaked out probably sort of like a tactic lah, Shariff, and you said that, oh no, you had two Arsenal defenders and they've been giving you pretty good points and all that. I'm like, bloody hell! I thought, okay, let me try that out, right? So I
So you did double transfers, ah?
yeah, I did two transfers, and I'm like, what the heck, man?
Uh,
Yeah, so of course, speaking some of the nonsense, after 10 game weeks, Arsenal concedes only 3 goals, and game week 11 they conceded 2 goals straight, man, against Sunderland. Wow, I mean, we have some talking points on that in a short while. So yeah, speaking of some of the nonsense, hi Liverpool, Liverpool. Here we go again lah. Hi, say. I mean, it's funny when they were coming back to like winning ways, right? You see,
yeah,
they had two
momentum and everything,
back-to-back
right?
wins, and let alone beating Real Madrid, man. Bloody hell, they beat Real Madrid. I thought like, okay, this is something already, right? Fans going crazy, like not say crazy lah. I mean, I'm probably exaggerating crazy lah, but it's like, the deluluness coming up again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna win we're gonna win the Champions League and all that. Never know. But of course the banter still continues, right? But then you go and lose against City. I mean, so this is now what City has beaten. I mean, two big teams with the same scoreline. Even United lost 3-0. So yeah, with that having said, United got helped by Spurs. I mean, of course, the equalizer was good. Um, you know, um, I mean, we have those talking points in a short while. So let's get into it, man. Sharif, shall we? So City and Liverpool. So we were just, joking about, having some banters about Liverpool and all that, man. So what went well? What went wrong for Liverpool? I mean, I was looking at we generally on the lineup on Liverpool and all that, but once again, man, they fumbled 3-0 scoreline. I mean, City was, I mean, in my eyes, of course, look, my points on Haaland was bad lah. The guy went and missed the penalty, but it was a good save, was a very good save. Despite missing that, I think overall City were really excellent. They were very dominant, very clinical, good performance. I think Nico Gonzalez, man. Nico, in my eyes, was like, wow, what a player, man. Um, but of course, Pep Guardiola's 1,000th game in charge, and to get to end it with to come back with a bang. I mean, as in a win, right? So I think that was marvelous. And but of course, I leave most of the talking points to you, man, bro. Sharif, take us through, man. Your observation on the shocking defeat. Okay, again, I'm exaggerating shocking lah. Liverpool maybe not very, not very shocking as well. So take us through, man.
Well, for me, it's shocking for me because of the scoreline. To be really honest, right, man. Last week I believe we touched a bit on this fixture, right? And Kuhn also was saying as well, what do you call that? Maybe what do you call the game, right? The game might be a
Mm-hmm.
little bit boring because it's been there, right? Where two uh I will say title contenders, right, for the last maybe 5 years, right? When they go each other, they try to each team would like to beat, but they also try to be safe as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday, which is yeah, yesterday to this morning, right? game, I thought maybe, after Liverpool got their run-in fixtures, right? With especially with Real Madrid, and then people were saying how good, and even I also, in fact, was seeing, watching the game, and I thought, yeah, it was a good performance by Liverpool. They really pinned Real Madrid down, right? And not for if not for Courtois, the
Oh,
scoreline might be
yes,
different, right?
yes,
Right.
yes.
So I thought from that, like what you mentioned, right, the build up, right, from there to the weekend with City, right? It was supposed to be, okay, here we go, right? Let's take it in front. But not only they lost, but they lost poorly, right? And I know it's a away game. I know it's a away game, but if you look for the first 20 minutes, I do believe that Liverpool had their chances, even
Mm-hmm.
after the penalty save, right? It creates an atmosphere in the citizen. They always kutuk City's fan very quiet, and it really went silent, right? It really went
Yep, yep,
silent
yep.
until Haaland's goal, right? So I do not know what happened. What's happening with Liverpool? Some are called crisis, some are calling they are finding their chemistry between their strikers. But to be honest, I don't give. I'm going to quote Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't give a two rat asses. Sorry, pardon for my language, lah. So as long as as long as they what they call that, they couldn't figure out, or some were saying, some were saying, oh, it's normal
Mm-hmm.
that the team need to gel and everything, but couldn't be this bad, man. I mean, I understand that you change quite number of your attacking force, but come on, majority of the team are the same, right? You are still playing the same philosophy from last season, which make you
Mm-hmm.
champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know some
Mm-hmm.
also argue, oh, it's a Klopp's team and so on, but come on, it's a Klopp's team, but you're still playing a different ball game, right? So yeah, I am happy with the results, but very surprised with the kebelasahan, bro. Yeah, they
So,
lah. Mm.
so a lot, this is what I'm thinking also, right? So, I mean, I know we covered a bit of this topic as well. I think was it last episode or two episodes
Yeah, last
before,
episode.
right?
Yeah.
That that you don't want to say that Liverpool is in a crisis, right? But then Kuhan obviously did
See,
mention that
yeah,
they are in a crisis,
they
right?
are inclusive.
So
Yeah.
does this now? I mean, okay, it's not something to confirm or otherwise, but they are. Is it safe to say
You
now it's like
you feel
they are in a
you
crisis?
you you
Do you,
you uh
yeah.
you really feel that? Is that your opinion, or do you agree with that, or you're
It's okay lah. It sounds harsh to say lah. I mean, look, I may not support. I don't support the club, right? But in the name of football, you want to see is okay for me. I feel crisis is like a very big thing already. Though it's like, oh, this is gonna lead to sacking of managers, or is this like management board? Is it are they not backing the manager? I mean, also, you can't say all that, right? So where is the crisis coming from? So it's like a fine line between not entirely or it could be right a crisis. So I mean that's how I'm seeing, and maybe very very on a very don't want to go too harsh on it lah. I mean, again, I'm surprised because for starters, I still touch on the signings lah. Is Slot still trying to integrate the players with the system he wants to play. You explore with using Milos Kerkez, who was a marvelous player for Bournemouth the season before. You sign a player like him. Is it working? I would dare say not entirely. Hence, you went back with Robertson. So that also didn't work against City. I'm just gauging on just one on one match only lah. I think one of Liverpool's best signings out of all the signings, right? I think Ekitike is still the best player, right? But once again, is sort still having that challenge of figuring out the right system or the right formation and all whatnot to integrate the players he has signed, I still think yes, he is, right? But the question will still remain again. Does it take 10 to 11 games for you to still figure out? I feel sorry for him to a certain extent. Like, let's just be very, very humble about it. Of course, I banter when I need to. When I
Uh,
when I cannot stand.
Banter ni.
Yeah, when I can't stand the excuses, that's when I thought, you know what, we have to. This one memang kena bahan lah. And I'm not going to talk about Florian Wirtz lah. I think it was just a joke lah. Playing under slot, right? Positioning, and I think there were a few other. I think I was watching a few other um, um podcasters as well. They were actually talking about the position that Florian Wirtz wanted to play and all that, right? But then it's again, it's not happening, right? But of course, you brought up crisis. You tell me, man.
I kind of agree with you. Where it's happening. What do you call that? It's a crisis because there are, I think that's quite a number of stuff that you were saying, right? The transfers not working, Kirkas, Florian Wirtz, and then would the managers' positions going in, and also the maybe there will be a transfer window, right? For me, at least for me, where I see, right, I think, again, I think it's a carry on from what I've been seeing from the last episode, right? I believe what at least what Slot is having right now, it's a conundrum, right? Or maybe it's a good dilemma, but he's making it. I think this is also something that a champion winning managers, right? It's dealing with egos and dealing with big name players, right? So I think he's fielding players because of their price tag, not because of their form, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and and he needs to drop those players. And I agree. You mentioned also as well, Ekitike, right? It's their best signing for now, right? And again, Milos Kerkez for me, it's also the best left back for now because the way he's playing with the left back, right? He wants the left back not because you see different with Klopp, right? Klopp left back is always like a winger, right? And then you have your
Yes.
inner forwards going in.
Yep.
But under slots, the winger stays wide and their left
Mm-hmm.
back are doing
Mm-hmm.
the inner running or the inverted runs, right? Or but not to the midfield, but they are flooding the top front of top five like that, right? So it suits Turkes, but it need Robertson to adapt to that kind of play. I think it's also similar with I also spoke about Kobe Mainu as well, right?
Yep.
He's still seeing those triangles and everything. He's not looking at the
Mm-hmm.
direct
Mm-hmm.
pass, right?
Yep.
Due to Ramorin. So it's not that Robertson is not a good player. I
Yep.
do believe it's a good player, but he needs to adapt to that tactic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do see Kirkas has an confidence issues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking maybe there's need a player to back him up, right? Maybe to provide that it's okay for him to play his game. I just
Mm-hmm.
feel I could see his game is like trying to prove himself rather than enjoying himself like when he was at Bournemouth, right, Matt?
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I don't know to call it a crisis. I maybe will call it crisis if slots start dropping down like a stone down the table and they could not recover. I don't feel that he will get sacked by December. I don't know that's just
Yeah.
me,
Yep.
but I do believe that something's going to happen in the summer if things does not change. Yeah,
I mean, ultimately, I don't think, I mean, sacking is not a nice thing to hear, lah,
yeah, yeah.
given the fact that, Slot, I mean, regardless, whatever is happening now, I mean, the guy came to the Premier League, joins, takes on the job at Liverpool and won the Premier League, man, last season. So
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Premier League winner, and all of a sudden, whoa, hang on a minute, right? So we
yeah.
don't want to No, it's not a nice feeling to see like what Claudio Ranieri went through before.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. I agree.
wins the Premier League, and the next season is like, okay, off you go. Antonio Conte went through that. So it's not a nice feeling at the end, right?
True, true.
So, and the list goes on. So, I mean, of course, you spoke about Kobe Mainu just now. um, so of course now
Have
moving
to.
on to so to segue, right, so to move to Spurs and United. Wow, okay, again, do I dare say a tale of two halves, right? Probably, yeah, you could still say to a certain degree. I think for United and against Spurs, of course, playing away, it's not like how it used to be back in then. I say let's not go let's not go to nostalgic in this lah. But then overall, we want to talk about the statistics wasn't that great from both teams. I don't know if I dare say that, right? For starters, shots on target. I think United's only shot on target was the goal
Yeah.
at first, yeah, that and all that. So and but then of course, it's just speaking of I think mentality, I think this is just a clear case of once again the mindset. But then it was, do I dare say, luckily that at the last minute of the game that Dilic, great display, man, from him to get the goal, right? So but what are your thoughts,
Really nice.
Sharif, before I get into probably just my maybe my opinion on the game as well? We want to hear from you first, right? So go ahead, man.
Yeah. For me, I agree. It's a tale of two halves. It's the same thing that I don't know, Amorim and the players could not get. They couldn't mimic the way of playing at away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got to say this. I just think that the problem is still there, right? The problem is
Mm-hmm.
still there. I disagree by saying that we improve. I believe we improve in the terms of we get rid players that do not want or do not feel or do not able to cope with Ruben's Amorim approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
That at least I could see. But from a
Mm-hmm.
performance standpoint, I couldn't see. I agree the results it's good, right? But sooner I think Ruben and Man United will be found out, right? I
Mm-hmm.
know people are comparing XGs and anything, and you were saying it was only one shots on
Yep.
the shot on goal on the first half. On in the second half, that's no chance creation at all. So I wonder what what was the
Improvement.
halftime talk. Okay,
Exactly.
are we okay? Okay, we are 1-0, 45 minutes. Let's defend properly. And you could see gradually Spurs was coming into the game, and United did not get an answer. That's
Mm-hmm.
one. Uh, I don't. Maybe I would like to listen to you as well before I continue further
Mm-hmm.
on certain
Mm-hmm.
decision making by Ruben Amorim. But yeah, I would like to start there. I'm calling out, man. I'm calling out. I think it's a blanket, right? It's a caveat
Mm-hmm.
that we are
Yep.
getting the results. We are
Yep.
number seven, but we are not performing to that level, right? Uh, and the good thing is, okay, when I look at the table, at least a little bit happy because we are on top of Liverpool. But I do believe things are not changing, and it's just uh you mentioned luck, and I agree we are luck because since Nottingham, I think that the culture of or the
Mm-hmm.
old United, right, from
Mm-hmm.
Grimsby to Brentford
Mm-hmm.
came in back again, and
Yep.
and we got a result, we got churn in a result, and then
Yep.
now it goes to what do you call it, to Spurs game as well. So before I hear you what you say, let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you a question.
Okay.
Now we are playing every week one game, Matt. Okay, Spurs just played their Champions
Champions
League.
League. Yep.
Champions League game. Champions League game in midweek. How can they turn up much more energetic, much more athletic for the whole game, man? Go on, man.
Uh, Simple lah. All here.
Exactly.
I still go back to mindset and mentality.
Mm,
So I think again lah, we have covered this previously, and yes, it still needs work. This is one thing I dare say consistency. Yeah, the where the consistency of where they concede leads, giving opponents sort of like that that momentum for them to actually press United, go against us. You see, from Forest, it's second half. It's like, oh, a whole different thing altogether, right? And the next thing, they, like you said, right? Oh, they suddenly, oh, what's happening? Oh, they woke up like, wow, 2 goals, man, in 5 minutes. That was against Forest, and like, yeah, bloody hell. I mean, okay, it was 1-1 until the starting of the injury time when
Mm.
Richarlison gets the goal, right? And
Mm.
and and I thought that's it lah. That's it. That's also a fan's mentality. It's like gone case, right? Yeah, that was a mentality because it was not like you want to win it. So like I echo what you said. Chances creation wasn't there, and okay lah, quite unfortunate. Sesko, gets a knock, and that was his final sub of
Knee,
of the
knee,
game.
Matt.
Oh, knee. Sorry,
It's a
his
knee.
knee. Yeah,
Mm.
so his
Mm.
knee, and the next thing, you're out of subs, and you had to play with 10 men. So that's when obviously Spurs capitalized, which is a no-brainer. And another thing that was consistent was, yes, of course, separately, Kuhan also argued lah, and said that, once again, Casemiro, you take out, the whole game change. Right? It's like, yeah, we can still argue and say things like he doesn't have the legs for the entire match and all that. But again, we still argue to say, like what you said, I echo as well. There's only once a week only. Okay lah, you still want to include whatever cup games upcoming out of the EFL. Well, God knows about FA Cup, but but in general, United only has the EPL match on a weekly basis. It's only once a week, and again, mentality, I feel, right. But of course, credit, I still give credit lah. I mean, you see, it's nice to see. You see, Casemiro, like, to me, it's like an unsung hero there, in that game, right?
Mm.
I think he was brilliant. The duels won, the tackles, the control lah, overall. I think he was brilliant, right? But when he is being subbed off, it's a whole different story already, right? And then you start seeing the flaws. When Ugarte comes in, okay, there were some fine moments, okay, here and there. It's just moments, right? But overall, the moment you just have to talk about after Casemiro. That's it, it changes, in my opinion, right? And so, and of course, United still needs a lot of work there, lah. Midfield, bit of here and there, defense and all that, lah. But overall, I think getting the goal at the final minute, I think, was a good test of character. Okay, it ended pretty decent, right? But we're having a different conversation if that ended up 2-1,
Yep.
if United lost, right?
That's
But
why I say it's all luck. Luck.
it's again, this one, I agree with you, Sharif. It was pure luck lah. They were just lucky to get that goal lah. Was it entire? Because there were some arguments that it was set piece. I don't know, but I still call it luck lah. You still need a bit of both of it lah. So yeah, anything else you wanna bring up? About United and Spurs.
Okay, somehow I do agree on the Casemiro sub, right? It did change the perspective of the midfield. But in my opinion, I kind of agree on the subs of Casemiro, but I kind of question the sub for Harry Maguire. If you look after
Mm.
Harry Maguire sub, the chances was there, and then the two goals came in. And and again, I might be sound like a little bit disrespectful, but I'm hearing people are saying the same as well. Spurs looks like a upgraded version of Brentford last season, right? You were
Mm-hmm.
seeing crosses coming in. You were seeing like long balls going up. I
Correct.
am not saying it's not wrong. It's right,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
you need players, big players like Harry Maguire at the heart of defense, right? Experienced players
Yep.
who know how to play those type of
Yep.
of game. And
Yep.
if you look and if I could say that, yes, second half we were really bad,
Mm-hmm.
but we did not concede almost 30 minutes, right? Even though being bad, right? So that was because we had a solution. We had Harry Maguire plus also of course Casemiro, But after Casemiro came in with Ugarte as well, it was still okay. It was still manageable, right? But then when Harry Maguire goes off, that's where things started to be, a little bit. I feel not needed to Euro to come in as well. I know I'm not questioning Euro's
Contribution.
capabilities, right? Or
Yep.
contribution, right, Matt? But certain game you really need certain players, and this game I agree with the lineup of Matthias De Ligt and Harry Maguire as the central defense, because I
Yes.
believe maybe Amorim had studied the game and saw that,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe I got to bring to at least to bring that game, and he did not play a very high defense like what he did in Brentford. So he's learning,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He's learning. So he brought a little bit fallback type of defense,
Mm-hmm.
which I
Mm-hmm.
feel fits to Ugarte and also Casemiro as well. So you don't leave a big gap between your defense and also your midfield, right? So yeah, I question Harry Maguire's what do you call that, substitution, right? Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why he need to bring Mount on Cunha. And and
Yeah, that's
and I know
right.
we can
Hey, but he
we can
but he was looking tired lah. I don't know.
again
Yeah, but
again
once a week.
once a
Exactly.
week, exactly.
Once a week
If he
only.
could play 90 minutes at Wolves, right? And I okay, maybe I don't know, maybe he was tired during that game. I'm not so sure. But it looks like Amorim trying to maybe something that I did mention about Arne Slot as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make everyone happy,
Yep.
and that caught him, because I know it's also, yes, it will be a different discussion as well. If the results turn to one, it will be also a different discussion as well on his subs if Benjamin Sesko did not get injured, right? But yeah, some substitution was really not needed, and I don't understand why you have to sub all five if you really feel that the team is there could able to
Correct.
deliver. But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, I somehow I believe that Ruben Amorim is listening to our pod, because he's doing. I know a bit poyo here, but let's stop blaming or something, right? But since Brentford,
Mm-hmm.
and after Brentford we went, remind me, we went Brighton, right?
Yes.
And then we went Liverpool. What we the topic that we picked up, right, or we commented, right, it's starting to change in the next game. I remember we were debating about Casemiro with Brighton, and then Casemiro played 90 minutes throughout Liverpool. Same
Yep.
goes to Nottingham Forest, right?
Exactly.
So so he has the legs, and I do believe those game like where Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, we really need someone who really could just sit down and just clear stuff. No need to find a triangle and everything. But then, just to sum up, I 50-50 on Casemiro, because I do feel the game was manageable, Matt, but it
Mm-hmm.
was a big loss after Harry
Yep.
Maguire sub out.
Correct lah. Or more like like missed opportunities. There were moments as
Mm,
well, but I would dare
mm,
say the draw felt like that. Of course,
yeah.
well, of course, nearly won. Of course, for
Oh yeah.
Spurs, nearly won. So when I say missed opportunities for Spurs, yeah, for Spurs, right, they could have won it. Truth to be told, I really felt they could have beaten United, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but
Especially on the second half performance, man.
yes,
United
exactly.
were not there at all. It's like, okay,
No,
we are here for 45 minutes, done.
yeah, but of course for United, it's like, yeah, well, you went back with a point, so still unbeaten, still unbeaten. I mean, with a positive. I know we kalau wanna hantam, memang we will hantam, but then okay lah. Of course you still getting the injury time winner. I'm sorry, the injury time draw. I mean the equalizer, and going back with a point. I think you still remain unbeaten, but our dear friend still can't get his haircut lah.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, but of course, but Spurs still. I mean, one take back lah. I would like to think, right, for Spurs is, I think they still pose a good attacking threat. I still feel that, right? And but of course, looking at how United still to a certain degree lah showed some resilience, but just finishing lah. I think relying, I mean, I don't want to say overly relying on Mbomo, who got the goal, right? Poor defending from Spurs on that first goal that United scored. But again, are we like heavily relying? I hope not. But now with Sesko, I'm not sure how bad is his knee injury.
Yep.
In the
Let's
coming
see.
days, we will know. And when again, I definitely will have to rely on either Mbeumo or Cunha. I don't know. Of course, speaking of that striker department, right now with Sesko
Yeah,
gone,
we still have Ziggy.
hmm, okay, who has not played for a few games. Um, Chido Obi Martin is the other one who also
Yeah,
has not played.
he's in reserve
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So
So
he's not there.
yeah, so he
I
will
think he will play Mount. He will play Mount, or he will get what is his name Zexi to come in as well, right?
maybe,
Or I
yeah.
hope he brings in at least I want to see Ugarte or Mainu, because
Mm-hmm.
I seen Mainu played, but I think this is where Mainu need really to adapt his game, because if he's still stubborn, wants to play his own game,
Yes,
or want to
yes,
play, the same way he's playing for England and everything, then he's jeopardizing his career in
correct.
United, right? So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, speaking of which, when you speak of Kobe Mainu, I just wanted to bring this up, lah. But seems
Great.
like, United is becoming feeder club for Napoli, yeah. Be-
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
yeah, because I think Napoli is now keeping tabs on Kobe Mainu.
Kobe
So
Mino, yep.
yeah, could he be, heading the exit door to Napoli? We don't know, but let's see, right? So yeah, that's just some of our talking points on Spurs and United, right? And yeah, moving on. Ah, yeah, speaking of Sunderland and Arsenal, I listened to Shariff only. I straight away Arsenal
Maybe
go and
because
bolos
you
too.
lah. You know that there are players or managers who suddenly buy and then say, when I buy I didn't score. When I
I
buy,
did,
alamak, bolos.
I sell only 8 of the
I
do well.
sell already the first score. I buy ni the defend corrupt. But tell me more about Sunderland Arsenal.
Ay,
What do you think the
yo,
game?
I mean, this one probably just what I observed, lah. You see, like I was mentioning earlier as well, it's like, wow, for 10 games, you only considered 3 goals, which was, I think, brilliant. No, I think that's like title winning stuff, right? Or title contenders, lah. That kind of level you have posed, right? But Sunderland showed fighting spirit, man, really, by, I mean, of course, taking the
I really
lead.
like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was brilliant, man. Of course, Granit Xhaka playing against former club and whatnot. So I think they really showed that spirit. I think by taking they took the lead, obviously. Um, and from an Arsenal standpoint, of course, again lah, first half, second half lah. So I think the second half was where what do you call it? So getting the goal from Saka and also Trossard to get the goals. I think that also showed some degree of character lah. And of course, the area where I still think I want to say entirely needs work. I don't know. Was did Arsenal get found out? Yes, finally a team that has figured out how to score against a very tight knit defense from Arsenal. Considering they have been finishing, I mean they have been. I mean obviously they are top of the table and they have not conceded in X amount of games, right? So did they get found out from Sunderland? Yeah, I would like to think so. Sunderland has figured out a way, right? I mean, not only figured out, but Sunderland, kind of like exposed it, lah. That's how I see it. But of course, disappointing for Arsenal fans, lah. It's like, oh, bloody hell, could have won, but then they go and concede. But of course, they came up, they went back with a draw, right? Well, sometimes dominating not enough, lah. So I think it's more of closing in those games and the overall focus. I mean, going back with a draw, I think was a fair point, lah. Yeah, that's my take on the Arsenal game, lah. What do you think? I know you got Arsenal players in your squad, lah, but you tell me more.
Yeah, I I was surprised because I thought it will be a knock in the ball
Mhm,
around the park, right, for
mhm,
Arsenal with Sunderland.
mhm,
But But I think now Sunderland, I know a couple of, I can't remember which episode. I think Kuhan was saying, and I think we also was discussing that, Sunderland being there, number three, number four,
Mm-hmm.
might be temporary and everything, right? But I remember the commentator was saying as well, when they got a goal and then they drew the match, right? They were second before City played, right? So so they really showed like a deserved number two team. If it
Mm-hmm.
by In my opinion, I did not see like an imbalance of, from a team sheet, or from a paper point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
saying just now as well, right? I thought
Mm-hmm.
it will be a knock a ball around the park, right? But it looks competitive. It looks like
Yep.
a deserved number one and number two are competing each other, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Sunderland did not, like, okay, I'm going to play how to negate your tactics or anything. They
Yep.
played
Yep.
their game. They played their game.
Yep.
They played their
I
game.
agree.
Uh, you were mentioning about Granit Xhaka as well. Granit Xhaka shows character, shows why he excelled in Bayer Leverkusen, right? And shows his leadership as well. He really understands the the tactic, or what does the manager wants, and
Mm-hmm.
transfer it to the field, right? I think that's
Yep.
also when it brings me a little bit down the memory lane with Roy Keane as well. That's not a lot of captains are able to do that. I'm not saying that they are not good. They are good captains. I mean, they could, motivate the people. They are maybe or one or two best players in the team.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see Granit Xhaka, I really see that's those few captains who are like the manager 2.0 at the field, right? And,
Yep.
and and you when you have those type of players, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you are playing next to your manager. It's like, okay, you tell me what I need to do, and I do. And wow, so that impressed me. I mean, they show resilience, they show bravery, right? They just played their game. They were not scared, even though after Arsenal, you could see that Arsenal would able to capitalize, right? Even though the
Yep.
first goal, and Sunderland were not like, okay, I'm going to shut down, uh, you
Yes.
know, uh, my defense and everything, and then, we are going to 1-0. This is like once in a blue moon. They were, no, no, let's go for a second goal, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then see how it goes.
Correct.
And I think you could see that the face from Mikel Arteta and the team, like they were, uh we got found out today, right?
Yep.
And this game was really really hard. It was a really really hard game for Arsenal. Arsenal need to dig deep. It was not an easy draw, right? I think
Exactly.
they felt frustrated because they thought they did everything, and then to the last minute. But I would feel that, after all what Sunderland did, it will be a very, very unlucky if Sunderland, you know, did not get at
Yeah.
least 1 point. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and they are what now? As we speak, Sunderland is standing at fourth place, like you
Fourth
said just
place.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
at
of
fourth now.
Chelsea won as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, man. I
But
mean
Spurs
that
not bad,
was
number five,
uh,
so
yeah, 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 exactly. Spurs is above United.
And Aston Villa had a slow start, but now they are
Exactly.
above Man United. Yeah. So
Correct.
yeah, this again boils down to what I've been saying, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting overhyped with Man United's results, right? And yeah, it's good that we are there, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think much
Yeah,
improve.
still, yeah, yeah, I can agree lah. I mean, not. It's not like significantly improve, right? So there are only a handful of clubs that we can name to name a few as well, right? You can name a few that's significant, Wow, suddenly it's like, whoa, hang on a minute. Like, okay, like for instance, Sunderland, right? We were just talking about Sunderland. It's like, whoa, that was boom. It's just like I get this is funny, yeah. I get some of my friends at the side on the side note sending me WhatsApp messages. Hey, for all your trials and tribulations, just answer me this question, lah. What's Sunderland and Bournemouth doing up there?
Again,
So
again, Matt,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt. That is the exact proof. If you have a proper manager,
yep,
proper training program, with the
Yep.
right period of 1 week. That is exactly what
That's the
I'm
output.
I,
Yes.
I think, yeah, the output and what all those even including myself, Manchester United fan, was saying, you know what, it's a blessing in disguise because we are going to play one game per week, right? But I don't see anything. I'm sorry. I want to hear
Mhm.
other United fans as well. I might be a little bit critical, but come
Mm.
on, man. I mean, two games we are quite lucky, right? And luck will not be always on our side, man. And we need to start showing up.
True,
Yep.
exactly. Considering United will be facing Everton next. So yeah, that's also tricky game lah. I now the next coming games and all, I don't want to say, hey, this one can makan, hey, that game can makan.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the way, I mean, it's already two games back to back that it's safe to say there are some consistency of throwing leads away, right? And then when subs take place, oh, it's a whole different thing altogether. So, and then the game management side. So these are all looking very consistent. I mean, I'm not going to touch Patrick Dorgu lah. I don't want to touch that lah. I mean, him and the deputy, I don't know who is worse or who is better. I don't know. So, so, but yeah, there is this funny consistency from United that's very strange. Anyway, but for the for trials and tribulations, of course, looking at the table, yeah, it's just like that 1-2 points difference from, let's see, from fourth place until
Yeah.
10th or
One thing is
11th.
very
Yeah, so
close. Correct. Correct.
it's actually quite close, right? But yeah, but when you, I mean, of course, when you see it from a surface, nah, it's not too bad. We're just 1-2 points away, whatever, and all that from reaching top four. But when we drill down and dive in deep is where we really see, like, wait a minute. You see, other teams are doing this. That's why they are where
Yeah.
they are, right? So to those who are tuned in, of course, our Abang PSR, Abang XG,
Abang XG,
Abang our Abang XG Kuhan is not with us today. So
What happened now?
so he will be traveling back from Germany and the coming days and whatnot. So he won't be with
Safe
us for the
travel, man.
next. Yeah, so yeah,
Few
so
weeks, yeah.
Kuhan, safe travels. And of course, speaking of Abang PSR and Abang XG, what happened, man, to Newcastle? Yo, of course, was another shocking defeat. Yeah, another shocking defeat. For Newcastle. I think this is what even last week they lost to West Ham 3-1,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they lost to West Ham 3-1, and what the heck, again 3-1 against Brentford.
Ah, back-to-back loss.
Dude,
Wow.
back to back, man, bloody hell. So and of course Dan Burn getting two yellow, I mean, of course, second yellow turned red after that. So with Dan Burn, getting the red card and whatnot. And yeah, man, shocking. It's just shocking. That they've back to back in the EPL lah, they lost. So I mean, I'm not gonna comment much lah. So I leave it to Abang Kuhen lah to comment on Brentford and Newcastle. Imagine same scoreline to lose back to back EPL games. So I would like to know his thoughts. So let's see. He will definitely be dropping the comments lah. So yeah, that's that, man. We
I
Yeah.
want to ask one
Oh
question.
yeah.
Sorry, Matt. Before
Yeah.
before we move to the next segment, right? If we are saying that, maybe before Man United with Liverpool in crisis, okay, then maybe now we're out of crisis. If we are saying Liverpool right now, it's in crisis. So what do you label Newcastle right now? Because for me, it's really shocking, right? They are sitting 14. If I remember, they were having a one of the best defense
Yep.
last couple season, and
Yep.
and now they are having even worse goals against, right? I'm just looking at goals against 14. So it's not an
Mm-hmm.
issue of getting goals because they have 11. Oh no, it is also an issue getting goals because 11, because if I
Yeah.
look the teams that are
Mm-hmm.
sitting at least, from where you were saying, right, all those 1 points, they are getting
Mm-hmm.
almost 20 goals today, right? Man
Yep.
United, Liverpool, 18, 19, right?
Correct.
Uh, but then yeah, so I don't know. You want to comment that? Are they in crisis? Is there need a change or
Hmm.
something?
Where, wow, very good question you've asked. Do if you,
Yeah, because you
I,
say we say
yeah, yeah.
we got to be fair, right? I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
let's
yeah,
be fair. I mean, let's
MU
be
pun dia
fair.
kata crisis, Liverpool pun dia
Okay,
kata
you see,
crisis
United's crisis different. United's crisis has been going on for God knows how
for the
long.
past decade.
So that one United's crisis. So it's an
Crisis sudah jadi
ongoing, right?
kerak, bro.
Betul. It's like an ongoing soap opera, no. So it's no how many episodes I don't know lah. But for Newcastle, I don't think it's that bad of a crisis. But
Right.
I still echo what you said earlier. By the time the mid-season, which we are approaching the mid-season as well, once the mid-season, let's see where Newcastle is. And I think from there is where you know things might get a bit shaken up. I mean, it's already not looking good for Newcastle, right? And I agree with what you have said, right? I'm not sure if Newcastle fans would agree, right? The moment Isak left for Liverpool, strike force impacted,
You wanna go there. You wanna go there.
dia nak juga pergi sana. So I don't
Nak
know lah.
juga
I
pergi
mean,
sana. Jangan,
now
jangan. Careful,
now dia
careful.
no. careful. Abang biasa marah nanti. But again, right? I mean, again, Isak is a closed chapter, obviously. He's also now sort of like hardly featuring there. Now, again, he's still finding his form, his whatever you want to call it, his mojo and whatnot, right? So again, two different clubs, two different systems, two different managers, two different bunch of teammates. It might take some time to adapt, but yeah, let's see, man. Let's see. But again, he was a much better player when he was in Newcastle. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I can agree
I
with
think
you.
take time,
It's safe
yeah.
to say it will take time, but it's safe to say he was a better player in Newcastle. And this is a question to the fans as well, right? To I mean, anyone and everyone. Will Isak find his form, or is he going to go down the route of where players like Andy Carroll went through?
Oh,
It's a marvelous player. Liverpool, everything went sideways for him there, right? So price tag lah. Price tag punya pasal,
yeah.
badan binasa. So, so, so I leave you all to drop your comments. Let us know your thoughts as well. And yeah, so speaking of upcoming games, right? So
And
let's,
Matt,
yeah,
maybe this is a
sorry,
good
before
segue,
that.
yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe this is a good segue to next game. So
Mm-hmm.
guess who is Newcastle playing next game?
Ooh, City.
There you go.
City.
Will it be hat-trick
Oh,
losses
hmm.
for our Magpie?
Yeah, man. For the
Will they
Magpies,
become blueberry pie after getting beaten by Man City? I don't know.
yeah, let's see. We don't know.
And
Ooh,
would you call them in crisis?
let's see.
it's,
I will.
it's,
I still wait
it's a
for the
12 game in it.
mid-season.
12 game in it, right, man? Come on. It's okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go
Let's
ahead.
wait until the mid-season lah. Then I will call it where it's a crisis or otherwise, right? So let's see. Speaking
Well,
of the
it's
next
a 12
ones,
game.
yeah,
12 game, 3 games to 15. Yeah, I'll consider, I don't know, almost
consider.
beat.
Yeah, let's see what Abang PSR says.
After 2 weeks, let's see. Let's see.
Kuhen. So yeah, speaking of the
Comment,
next
comment, comment.
comment. Yeah, drop the comment, Abang. Drop comment, right?
Drop
So
comment in the plane.
yes. So speaking of like Shariff, you did mention Liverpool in crisis. I still feel a bit of
No.
both,
I
right?
didn't say Liverpool crisis. You say Liverpool crisis.
So they are facing Nottingham Forest, man. Ooh, nice game, man.
will
That one. Yeah,
will
next game.
will the Phoenix? I think their logo is a Phoenix, right?
They are no.
Ke
Forest is
Ayam Serabut.
Forest. No lah, it's the three lah.
No. Forest is a 3. Liverpool logo, man.
Liverpool is one more.
Phoenix, Liverpool. That's what I was saying.
Well,
Ayam
I
seraba
don't
ke,
know.
ayam
I am not sure
ayam
what
telur.
burung is that lah. I don't know what
Maybe Liverpool comment burung apa?
comment burung up.
Yeah.
So let's see, man. Finally,
So
they're playing in Anfield. Liverpool plays
yeah.
against. Yeah, they are hosting against Forest.
So will the burung menghinggap atas pokok?
Yeah, let us know your predictions, man.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, the North London derby.
Oh,
Arsenal and Spurs, man. Woohoo! I think it's gonna be a interesting game, lah. I feel it's gonna be interesting.
I think
That's
I think
yeah.
I think it will be Arsenal lah.
They have
Besides Man
always won
United,
it, lah.
I do believe Spurs is another team that's going to get find out as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe lah. It's always been that case lah. It's been I can't recall I mean, of course, this one not Kuhen, Kugen,
Ah,
our Arsenal supporter friend who will be joining us next week. Yeah, so who will be joining us next week,
because
and
Seri
we will be
kalah tak nak
covering.
join ah.
So yeah, I mean this will be a good derby, man. So Arsenal and Spurs,
Weird.
and ending an early morning game lah. United will be facing Everton. Yeah, so
Woi,
playing at
Monday
Old
morning,
Trafford.
what
Yeah,
4 a.m.
Tuesday. No lah, bro. Tuesday morning, bro. Malaysian
Tuesday morning
time,
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
4
My
a.m.
I will still have to watch this game lah. Let's see lah.
No lah,
So
bro. Tidur lagi baik, bro.
yeah, I
Tidur
know,
lagi
but
baik.
here goes. So this is to those who have always been, I mean, to all those who have tuned in. Thank you for your support in contributing to not just comments, to even watching us as well, right? Nevertheless, we encourage you to drop your predictions. Let us know your thoughts, and if you are new here, the usual stuff, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. And finally, I would like to say thank you for tuning in. This is Matt signing out as your host, joining me in our remote studio. See, for now, remote studio. So because we have Sharif, we are missing Kuhan for obvious reasons. And stick around to the next episode where we will hang in Kugan and also Kevin to join us. Kevin, who Liverpool supporter. Yeah, we see lah what happened next week.
Okay lah. Maybe next week menang lah because want to join.
Menang join, kalah tamo. All right. So this is us signing out. Peace out. Cheers. To the next one, boys. See ya.
All right.